Hello, everybody. Good evening. Rose Thorn here. Tonight, I am reacting to Foodie Beauty's reaction to her Cuba rage rant that she did in Cuba. Those of you that have been following Foodie Beauty, then you know about the Cuba rage rant that she did while she was in Cuba, where she said a lot of very, very, very offensive and triggering things. And a lot of people were after her that when she got back from Cuba to do an apology video and also to watch the stream and react to it. And she's been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And she finally did a reaction to the video live stream today. And I feel the reason why she decided today was the day to watch it and react to it was to essentially distract everyone from asking questions about where she had been. Because as everybody knows, she packed an overnight bag the other day and she disappeared for a while, and everyone knows she was spending time with Natter. I mean, there were all kinds of clues that they were spending time together. She mentioned that her date was going to make her a dish called tagine. And isn't it something that Natter did a cooking live where he was cooking tagine? So that was the first clue. Also, she said she was going to meet up with a guy for the first time and she took an overnight bag, which who does that? Who's going to meet up for the first time for somebody and pack an overnight bag? Unless you know the person. So, in order to distract everyone from asking about her trip where she was seeing Natter, she decided, you know what, I'm going to create a deflection by reacting to this Cuba rage and giving my thoughts. And if you want my thoughts about what I've seen already, because I was on Gary Unfiltered and he did a reaction to the live stream itself. She's not sorry. And really, what she should have done was not react to it at all, not show it at all, because her reactions to the things that she said, there was no trace of remorse or regret. There was no sadness about her. There was no sense of true guilt. She was laughing and smirking the whole time. She just could not keep the smug smile off her face. All the reaction did was show everybody that she just wasn't sorry. The word sorry does not really enter into her vocabulary or her thoughts. I just want to put that out there. So this particular stream, it might be very hard for everyone to watch. It might be very triggering. So I'm just going to say that ahead of time and give that warning to everybody. This might be very triggering for you. And if there's parts of Foodie's stream that you cannot watch, if it's too much, if she's getting you too angry, if she's triggering you in some way, because she does bring up the topic of DV, if you have to bow out of this one, I totally understand. But to make things a little bit easier, I will react to the comment section first. And that way, if you don't want to watch the stream reaction, you can easily do SCO. What's a SCO? You can easily do so and avoid my reaction to the stream itself. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to react to the comments first and then cover parts of the live stream and then just call it a day, because weirdly, after her reacting to the stream, she does some sort of weird clothes haul. I don't know where she bought clothes or why she decided to talk about a clothes haul after doing a reaction like that, but she did. So let me just go ahead and bring up my second monitor so you guys can see, and there she is. So as I said, let's get into the comments section. Part of this, and like I said, I completely understand if you can't, if it'll be too much. So we're just going to go with the comments first. My Girls Breathe Fire says, you've said racist, homophobic, transphobic, and ableist things fully sober. That's just who you are, Chantal. Yes, she has said those things sober. So in this particular live stream, before she even starts the react, she tries to give herself a back door by trying to blame it on the alcohol. A lot of people get drunk, even really, really drunk, and they don't say racist or homophobic or transphobic or ableist things, Chantal. A lot of people get blasted drunk and those things do not come out of their mouth. And as my girls just said, you've said these things fully sober, so you can't blame them on the alcohol. You can't say, oh, it was the alcohol's fault. No, it was your fault. Everything that came out of your mouth that night, that was you. That was all you. The alcohol had nothing to do with it. The alcohol did not put words in your mouth and make them come out of your mouth. That was you. That was you angry and just going off and going off. That was all you, madam. You can't blame a bottle or a can of anything for the things that you said. Summer Flower says, it was nice of her to do an hour's worth of penance to Dee Dee under the guise of making an apology to everyone for the Cuba rage stream. I'm sure he sent her on her way today, telling her to apologize, and she did it to stay in their good graces and ensure he will keep letting her join them. She can deny it all she wants, but she is involved in swinging with them. Look at her nails. They were fully intact and quite pointy when she left yesterday, and tonight are mostly pulled off, and the ones she couldn't pull off are cut down and rounded off. She did that for a very obvious reason. Well, I don't want to sound too gross or too graphic, and please forgive me for saying this. I'm going to say this as ladylike as I can. Let me give it a try. If you are a woman and you are pleasuring another woman in a certain way, long pointy nails are not ideal. That's as far as I'll go. You guys can figure the rest out on your own. So she's missing nails. I don't know if that's the cause, but it's weird to go off on a trip and your nails are perfect and then be missing nails here and there. It just seems pretty weird. But let me go on to the next comment. Toronto says, you use slurs and said racist things sober. Don't blame the alcohol. This is who you are. Yes, it is. All the alcohol did was let the mask be completely off. And we saw her as she really was. And ever since then, nobody has been fooled by the things that she says or the things that she does. She even had the balls to say to the camera, I'm going to manipulate the F out of you, and then I'm going to be sweet as pie, and you're going to eat it up. She said that outright to the camera. And those are words that nobody has forgotten, and nobody's going to let her forget about. And when she lost her channel, she was making all kinds of pleas to YouTube and her viewers and saying, if I get my channel back, I promise I won't do edibles anymore and things will be better. Well, she got her channel back. Has she improved at all? No. Is she a different person? No. Is she giving quality content? Is she more polite to people? No, absolutely not. So all of those promises that she made were in vain. Absolutely in vain. Once she got her channel back, she forgot about every promise that she made people, and she's back to being her old self. The only difference between then and now is her money's gone down a bit. Her views are tanking. People are hardly sending super chats anymore. Her channel is in free fall. And what's strange is that Foodie put it out to the universe. She's like, I want all the reaction channels to stop reacting to me. They're stealing my content. Well, Foodie, you put that request out to the universe, and the universe said, okay, this is what you want. We'll give you what you want. We'll put the energy out for the reactors to turn away from you, and do other things. And so it did. And so those of us that react to you, we don't react to you as much anymore. And because we don't, because we skip some of your live streams because they're boring and you're eating the same food over and over and doing the same thing over and over, suddenly you're making comments like, where are the reaction channels at? Why aren't they reacting to me as much? You really have to ask that question. Do you really? Do you really need an answer? Watch your streams. See how boring and toxic they are, and you'll have your answers, Chantal. You won't need us to tell you. Another one says the apology was 100% demanded by Natter. It's clear that she had already watched it because those reactions came across as rehearsed. It must kill her that he's always defending Dee Dee's honor, but never hers. This is what she wanted. She wanted to be with a man that would never claim her. She insists on chasing after someone that will never be in a relationship with her, that will always have side pieces that she'll have to deal with. This is what she wants. She wants this life and she's determined. She honestly thinks that if she hangs in there long enough, that one day he's going to fall in love with her. Chantal, you've been chasing after this man for months. Months. And you spent how much money on this dude? Into the thousands? And he still ain't in love with you. And he's with another woman, living in her house, sleeping in her bed. And it ain't happened yet? Guess what? It ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. And as I've said before, I think you are a walking oxymoron because you want love, you want a relationship, you want sensuality, you want a man to cuddle you and kiss you, but you go out of your way to be as offensive and dirty and vulgar and disgusting as possible. You want all these wonderful benefits to love and relationships, but you won't even be the kind of woman that a man could cuddle up to or claim. You want a man to hug you, but you don't take a shower. You'll go days without a shower. You want a man to kiss you, but you won't brush your teeth. You got into a live stream with MFW and RSN, and you said that you didn't brush your teeth for days, and your teeth were fuzzy, and you want a guy to kiss you? You went to go see Natter and you didn't take a shower, you bathed in cologne, and you wonder why you're alone. You wonder why. Put the shoe on the other foot, Chantal. If you were a guy and you had a choice between spending time with a woman who took a shower, put on clean clothes, had a clean house, you could spend time in her company without your nose being assaulted by 1,000 different horrid smells, and someone who wallows in 1,000 different horrid smells, who would you pick? You want Mr. Instagram model to pay attention to you. But anybody who's decent has standards, and one of them is hygiene. Hygiene is important. I'm sorry, nobody is going to put up with a partner or a person that smells disgusting, lives disgusting, has bad table manners, doesn't chew with their mouth, doesn't chew with their mouth closed. If you want all the benefits of a relationship, you've got to have standards for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. But do as you will, darling. Be as defiant as you want. But being defiant like that comes with a price. Random Nothing says, truth is, this entire stream was a deflection from last night, meaning she was with Natter and Dee Dee, and this entire stream was her apology to Dee Dee because they made her do it. Don't fall for her deflection tactics. Also note, whenever she is with him a day prior, she always comes back on smug and upset as per usual until the next visit day. Yeah, she was smug and smirking this entire stream. And that's because in her head, She still thinks the audience is stupid. She gets a big kick out of thinking that she's smarter than everybody else and she is pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. Chantal, nobody is fooled. We know what's going on. We've been here before. We know that you and Nader and Didi are all seeing each other. We know. If you want to save your channel, the best thing you can do now is tell the truth. Nader may not want to claim you because he's working other women behind the scenes. And if he claims somebody, he can't do that after claiming you. But if your channel goes into free fall, guess what? So does his, because he's depending on you for money. So since you're the captain of the ship, you get to make the decisions. If he don't like the fact that he has to claim you, too bad. He's got to make a decision. Either claim you and tell the truth, and maybe that might save part of your channel, or go on not claiming you, and both of your channels go down. You know, the truth is the only thing that's going to save anything at this point. Kelly Doxy RN says, alcohol just breaks down the inhibitions of showing who you really are inside, which is a miserable person. Therapy is the way through to being a happier person, but you won't do it for yourself, let alone anyone else. Do you know what kills me about Chantal? She is a person in a position where she's making better than average money. And she has access to so many people and so many resources for whatever she needs to make her life better. Her house is disgusting. She can make a phone call and get some maids in there and some cleaners in there to clean it up. If she doesn't want to cook, she could hire someone to make her some pre-made meals and she could eat healthier. If she wanted to do therapy, she could do it through Skype or some other service. She can do whatever therapy she needs remotely, if not in person. Whatever she needs, she's got the money for, she's got the time for, the resources are there for a reason. But she's got to be in a position where, number one, she's got to first admit that she's got problems and she's got issues that are way over her head. She's also got to admit that she doesn't have the right coping mechanisms and she needs other people to teach her better coping mechanisms other than just going to the edibles and to eating. Because right now, those are her coping mechanisms and they're not working very well. And she's also got to be in that position where she's got to take some accountability and say, I can't blame a lot of things on other people. It's my fault. I did these things. I said these things. She's got to have that sense of self-awareness and accountability because you need that for recovery. From anything, from an addiction, from a disorder, you need that self-awareness. You need to be aware of yourself. And then you've got to say, I need help. These things are above my head. They're out of my control. I need others to help me regain control. And Chantal, I'm telling you, she's nowhere close to being ready for recovery of anything. She's not admitting she's got problems. They're over her head. She's not reaching for the resources, although she could. So she's going to continue on the way that she is until her channel is pretty much in the dust. Magulator says, on Dee's channel, you read enraged over her written demand that was in the form of a question. Where's my apology, Chantal? Well, I guess she got it. Over and over in the stream, you reacted to mainly what you said about her. I didn't watch all of Chantal's reaction to this stream. I saw a lot of it on Gary Unfiltered. He didn't react to every single minute of it. But if that's all this was her apologizing to Didi, you know, she could have done that in person. She was just with Nader. She could have done it in person. Why does she have to do it here and trigger people talking about DV and all that? And that's what I want to know. Ruby Doozy says you need to put age-restricted warnings on all of your videos. Children should not witness this junk. Do the right thing for a change. view count is not everything. Well, Ruby, right now for Chantal, view count is everything because she hasn't been getting the super chats like she normally does. So mainly what she's getting these days is the Google AdSense money. And if she put age restricted on her live streams, she wouldn't get as much ad money. That's why she doesn't do it. Because that would mean limited ads, which means less ad money. And if she's not getting much in the way of new subscribers or VIB membership signups or super chats, she needs all the ad money she can scrape. So the view count for her is everything. Should she put the age restricted thing on her live streams? Absolutely. I'll tell you another thing that would help Chantal. Do live streams that you don't just turn around and dirty delete. That's another one of your problems. You delete half the stuff you do, and every time you do that, that's lost revenue. If you didn't do things in the streams that you got to worry about getting in trouble for, you wouldn't have to delete them. You can leave them up. But all the good stuff, you make sure to dirty delete so you won't get in trouble with YouTube. But every time you do that, that's lost money out of pocket. You are nickel smart and dollar stupid for that. More people saying it's an apology for Dee Dee. Let's see. Sarah Alley says doing this for views and to deflect from the fact that she was at Natter's all yesterday. She still meant everything she said in that rage. Yep, absolutely, she sure did. Random viewer says your facial expressions are priceless. We were just as shocked and surprised watching it live. Just a sample as to why you have haters. Well, as I said, I was on Gary Unfiltered and I saw a lot of smirking that shouldn't have been there. I saw a lot of smiling that shouldn't have been there. If you're watching something and you're truly horrified by what you're seeing, what you're hearing, you're watching yourself act inappropriately, you're not going to be smirking. You're not going to be smiling. And she was. She thought it was funny. She thought it was the most hilarious thing ever, which leads me to believe she's not sorry at all. She's not sorry at all. Let's see. Lolo FC says, OMFG, I swear on your grandmother that I was this close to posting a kudos to you for the beginning of this. What transpired after is exactly the real you, and I'm somehow more sickened by you. Well, put the Cuba rage together along with her reaction way after the fact, and that should tell you everything you need to know about Chantal, the way she looks at things, the way she treats people. I mean, the proof is right there on video. Kim Adams says, you can't trauma dump on your streams for over a year and expect everyone to just get over it when you tell us to because he's demanded that you stop talking about him. I find it really hard to believe that you don't understand why people don't want you with him. So just because you forgave him for all the horrible things he did to you doesn't mean that everyone is supposed to forget about what a vile POS he is. Stop acting like you can't speak about him because of the court you are allowed to talk about whatever you want. But he controls you and told you that you aren't allowed to talk about him. Did he make you sign another contract? You could easily shut everyone up, but instead you choose to get defensive and treat people who are actually concerned about your well-being by being nasty, as if we're the ones who assaulted and abused you. You are choosing your abuser over the people who have supported you for years. It's a slap in the face and will eventually lead to your demise. Can I just say something real quick? As someone that I've been through SA and DV, all the streams that Chantal did talking about DV, this is my opinion now, nobody else's. I don't know if anybody else shares the same sentiment, but watching Chantal, it is my feeling, my opinion, that a lot of things she said about Natter in regards to the DV, it was all bullshit. That's my opinion. That's my feeling. And why do I say that? because most people have been through DV. They have a hard time talking about it with just one person alone. They could never, ever get on a live stream and talk about it the way that Chantal has talked about it. Now, it's different if you want to talk about DV or SA in, say, a video and you're relating your experience in a way to make it more educational or to reach out to people. Chantal has not done that. In my opinion, Chantal introduced the SA and the DV on her channel long ago to trigger her audience. She triggered her audience for the purpose of making money, to make her trauma bonded to certain members of her audience, which in turn would prompt them to give her money. That is my opinion, that she exploited the topics of DV, SA, also drug addiction, because some people have gone through that too. She found these toxic topics to introduce to her content and to her channel for the purpose of trauma bonding with her audience. And by doing that, she is exploiting the real suffering that other people have gone through by triggering their bad memories, bad experiences, past life experiences. She's exploiting their pain and suffering, their bad memories for profit. That is how I feel about it. That's how I feel. Don't hate on me for it. I'm just making my opinion here. And I think her exploiting those triggering sensitive subjects is beyond horrible. I can't think of a vile. There you go. There's a word, vile. I think it's vile that she introduced everything toxic and triggering that she could on her channel for the sake of trauma bonding. She exploiting other people's pain for the sake of just a little bit of coin and getting extra super chats. And now she's at the point where she's introduced everything that she could think of, and there's nothing else. There's literally nothing else to bring to the table. There's nothing else she could think of. She's hit the ceiling, so to speak. She can't go any further. She can't go any higher or lower. But you're right, Kim. Natter, she's choosing him over her channel. And Natter's an idiot because her channel needs to be important. He needs to have her make that a priority because she's the one paying for everything, right? So if her channel goes down, guess what? No money for him. So he's an idiot for letting her neglect her channel and her viewers the way that she is, because less money for her means less money for him too. Allison says the term enabler describes someone whose behavior allows/tolerates a loved one to continue self-destructive patterns of behavior. Yep. And those VIBs are not just members anymore. They would be members if she did not participate in self-harm on camera and they were active in paying for it, but they are. They are very active in paying for it. Foodie said the other day that a feeder paid for that paneer. Maybe that's why she's been eating it for days. So she's got feeders that are buying her food, bad food that she consumes by the truckload. So she's got people participating in being feeders to her and encouraging her to get in worse health. She's got people in her chat that encourage her to eat more and more, even while she's eating. She's got people in her chat that even if she's zoned on edibles, they encourage her to do more. There's some toxic people there. They don't care about her health. They want to see her fall. But they're all enablers because the money they give Chantal, we see what she does with it, and it's nothing good. Let's see. In this moment, Tarot says, I would prefer that you didn't apologize because everything you said, you meant. I would rather you be truthful than to fake this apology than do it again. You meant what you said. You actually find it funny, and being fake is just BS. Yeah, it was all fake. It's all fake. All of it. Her apology is fake. If she had remorse or regret, it would not be fake, but it is. Nab says the part of the cycle where he allows her near him is necessary for the part where he shuns her. And I love the videos after a good shunning. So yin, yang, and all that sort of nonsense. You know, in my lifetime, I've had a couple of narcissists in my life, and they love to play head games, don't they? Anybody's ever dealt with a narc, you know what I'm talking about. A narcissist, they will enter your life, they will map you out, they will size you up, they'll figure out what your weaknesses are, and they will exploit the crap out of them. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist, what they'll do is they will cut your self-esteem down to like the smallest point, if not take it completely away. They will love starve you. And then just when you're ready to walk away from them, they'll throw you a scrap. And then that will be everything to you. You'll eat the scrap and you'll stick around just a little bit longer. And then they'll go back to ignoring you and making you feel unloved. That's what he's doing to her. And he's doing it successfully because it's a pattern that just keeps repeating. And Foodie she doesn't want to see it. She does not want to see it. She doesn't want to acknowledge that he's just manipulating her and she's letting him get away with it. And see, Jen says she's just trying to play nice because the court date is this month probably. She thinks they will drop the conditions and she can happily be ever after with Natter. He will probably leave with more conditions, if not jail. She's not the only one who has charges against him. My feeling is there is no court case, or at least not one that she's pressing against him. If he's got others against him, I don't know, but that's just my feeling. I'm telling you, the court thing, at least with Chantal, is BS. It was something that they came up with to make money, and they did. It did make money. She did. Let's see, next comment. Tana Bray says, Chantal is having a hard time not enjoying her Cuba rage. Let's see. Nina Palmieri says, maybe I'll watch part 2, but it's a lot to digest. Just pretend it's paneer. You'll get through that faster than anything else. Well done, Nina. Well done. MTF says, oh, Chantal, my goodness. I hadn't seen the Cuba rage until tonight. What a mouth you have, Foodie. And to have BBJ's dusty old tail at your side sniffing and nodding while your exposed food sat at her behind, gross. I'm praying for you, girlie. Listen, MT, don't sit there and get on BBJ. Don't pick on that poor baby. There's hardly an inch of space for that poor cat to walk on. It's not her fault that Chantal's a pig and doesn't put her food up after she's eating. Don't be mad at the cat. You know, like I have a cat in the house. When I eat, and then I put my food up, and then it's not a problem. Chantal leaves her food everywhere, so don't get mad at BBJ. She's just an old girl. She just wants her mama's attention and just trying to get close to Chantal. She's not trying to be gross and all that. No Names here says, you better hope this saved your relationship with Natter because all it did was kill your channel faster. Yes, it did. That this react did not do her channel any favors at all. Bad Seed Maria says, you are not sorry because you are self-medicated with food and edibles. You will never actually be sorry until you are sober and truly apologize and feel regret, which will never happen for you while you are high. Chantal always uses food and edibles and anything else to escape. She actually said that she uses things to escape. Because let's be real, y'all. If Chantal had to be sober and she could not eat to escape and she could not use edibles to escape, the reality of her life and all the things she would have to fix, all the things that she would have to do would be overwhelming for her. There's just so much between the house being disgusting, her taxes not been paid in several years, bad credit, her YouTube channel in the toilet. It would be overwhelming for her. That's why she's choosing to escape, because if reality came crashing down, it would be a lot. It would be a lot. Let's see. Let's see. Looking for another one. Dwight Danger Sarut says, so I was right when you went to RVP stream and said you would react, and we got just a snippet of it while you laughed the whole time and then went back to the headscarf for cancer patients. Yeah, the RSN Miss Freaking Wonderful stream, it was just a bunch of lies being tossed around. That's why I didn't react to it. I'm like, why bother? She's just lying her butt off. Let's see. More people saying it's not the alcohol, it's you. Brittany K says, I'm not allowed to be with him. Chantal, since when do you do anything that you're told? See, with Chantal, it's all about semantics. It's all about the fine print. She says, I'm not allowed to be with him. And she says to the audience, I am not with him, as in being in a relationship with him. But the fine print to that is she's not saying I am not visiting him. You see, you got to go for the fine print. You got to nail her on the fine print, because if she says I am not in a relationship with him, I'm not seeing him that way, she's telling the truth. But if you nail her down on the fine print and say, but did you visit him? Did you spend time physically in his company? That's when she's going to start to sweat. So always go for those semantics when it comes to Chantal. Go for the fine print. You got to be specific with her, because she likes to wiggle her way out of everything. Here we go. Freya says, Foodie Beauty, I'm glad you didn't dispute the fact that the only time Nader wants you is for money, etc. And if you had actually met a new guy last night, you'd be all over social media talking about the sex. Stop lying. The only reason you won't talk about it is you were with Didi and Nader. Yeah, supposedly she went to go meet a new guy, right? She took an overnight bag and she was going to go meet a new guy. How come she ain't talking about it? How come? I mean, normally she can't keep her mouth shut when she meets somebody new. She's keeping her mouth shut. Why? Because she was with Nader. She was with Nader. There's nothing to report. There was no date. There was no new person. There's nothing. She went to go see him, and she knows we know that. So she's not even going to bother lying anymore. And see. Flora says, you know, we're not dumb, right? Rewatch this. You go to the bathroom, come back, progressively get higher and higher. Chantal, not good. So that's what happened during the live. Well, I'm going to skip that part. My wise heart says, if you're truly sorry, why are you laughing and rolling your eyes? Because she's not sorry. That's the quick, obvious answer. Let's see. Let's see. Looking for another great comment. Lysol disinfectant says, yikes, please turn your filters on. I think they are on, my dear. Sweet and Spicy Beauty says, why do you always private your videos? You just did it for a brief few minutes and then brought it back. Yeah, I'm wondering about that too. Why'd you private it? No Name says, I think she did it to take the 18 plus designation off so she could monetize it, but I can't tell my phone. Oh, she did that? Oh, Flora says she edits it and takes out stuff she doesn't want in the unprivates and makes it public again. Yeah, she's hiding stuff. She's hiding stuff. Now there's so many comments here. They're throwing tomatoes at her. Tomato time. Throw those tomatoes if you think she's a big old liar. All right, so that's it for the comments. All right, we got 40 minutes of comments. And this is the part where I'm reacting to the actual video. So those of you that if you are very sensitive to certain subjects, or if you start to watch this and you get triggered, please don't be afraid to bow out. I'm going to react to as much as I can, uh, and then leave it alone. So I don't know how long this react is going to be, but this is the part where we're doing reacting to the live stream react itself. So let's get to.
Go to the 8:30. And I'm not over it. Like, how did that happen? I had like 20 million 100s. Baskets. And so today I also have to. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
You know what I can't figure out? Chantal has a gaming computer, does she not? She could easily set up something like StreamYard on her gaming computer and do what I'm doing right now, which is showing herself and then showing the stream in the other window like you see Chantal right now, and it'll be a proper react video. But she's doing it sloppy. She's playing the video on her TV screen where you can't see it and just putting the camera on herself. Chantal, you've got a computer, right? You just went out and got a computer. Why aren't you using it properly? StreamYard is not that hard.
Warning, and these next two streams are strong. Yeah. What can I say? Especially Dee, she's a fun bitch. Him too. He blocked me again. He unblocked me because he knows he needs my money. And he blocked me again and I told him, okay, with a fucking small pussy. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I just want to just get out of the way. I know, like, I completely, like, verbally just dogged Dee Dee to shit. Like, Natter too, but like Dee Dee, like, especially, I was especially jealous and like drunk, jealous, and
Okay, hold on right there, Chantal. I remember the live stream you did. Do you remember this one? Where you were sitting sober in front of your TV. Natter and Dee Dee were doing a live stream, and you were literally almost shouting at the stream. You guys were going back and forth through your streams rather than being adults and doing this on the phone in private. You were exposing both your audiences to this crap, all the yelling and screaming. You were involving an audience because you wanted your drama to be profitable, but you did all of that while you were sober, ma'am. So you cannot sit there and say, oh, I doxed her because I was drunk. No, you've done it before while you were cold ass sober. So again, the alcohol is not to blame. There are lots of people who get drunk and they don't make a point to dox people. They just don't. You're using alcohol as your scapegoat for everything. The alcohol, I'm sorry, you were not blackout drunk that night. You weren't. Because if you were, you wouldn't have remembered half the things you said, first of all, and you wouldn't have quickly deleted those streams like you did. Because I can't think of a single person that while they're blackout drunk, they know how to work their phones and all that and push buttons to delete stuff. Nah, you did that. You knew exactly what you were saying. Maybe you were tipsy drunk, but you weren't blackout drunk. You can't say everything is a result of the alcohol. It wasn't the alcohol. No, that was you.
full of hatred. And so what I say about her anatomy, I don't mean. Like, there's nothing wrong with her vagina. There's no odor. There's no weird color. There's nothing wrong.
Okay, everybody keep note of this stream. keep note of it. Let's note it down in our notebooks or pencils and pads somewhere, because the next time Natter makes her angry, the next time that Dee Dee makes her angry, she's going to take all this back. That's what she does. She's doing this whatever apology to Dee Dee. But when she gets mad, she's going to go off again and she's going to throw the same insults again because that's what she does.
Wrong with her fucking body, okay? So, as a woman, it's disgusting, like, beyond belief to just fucking make fun of another woman's body like that. So, that's the first apology. It's just gross. So if I get to the part where I'm like, I'm not gonna like obviously dox her mom or anything, so that obviously apologize sincerely because that's just absolutely. I don't know why I would do that. I don't. I don't have an
Because you're a hateful person.
explanation. I really don't have one. So yeah.
I do. You're a hateful person, and all that hatefulness came out because you feel free to say what you want. You think you're on YouTube, you're untouchable. The YouTube will never take your channel. And in a way, you were proved right because they took it away for a minute, gave it back, which is unheard of. And by the way, Chantal, you have the reaction channels to thank for that, because I'm pretty sure the reason why YouTube gave your channel back is because of all the money the reaction channels make covering you, the memberships, the super chats, the views. I'm sure they have complete awareness of how much money all that is together. And that's why they gave your channel back, not because they like you per se, but because it's all about the money. They're a company, they're all about making that money.
I'm
And that's another thing, Chantal. If the reaction channels start turning away from you because your content is too boring, there goes part of your protection. So YouTube might take your channel again at some point. If the reaction channels turn away from you and they're no longer interested because they got other things to cover, and where it's always somebody else to cover. There's so many creative, wonderful, funny people in the community. We can always find something else to do. But if we start turning away from you, there goes your wall of protection. And trust me, that wall is breaking down brick by brick. Get it together or something's going to happen to you.
People expect me to do shit for them? But you know what? From now on, it's me. Just me. Just me. Fucking, so this fucking motherfucking piece of shit asshole. Yeah. Doesn't understand. Anyway, never mind. Never mind.
Can I just say this real quick? The way that she's acting right now, the responses that she's giving, this is not somebody who is seeing something for the first time. Her responses right now, to me, it looks like somebody who has watched this stuff before and they know what's coming. They're prepared.
Never mind. Never fucking mind. It's not. He's not worth it. He's not worth the shit. He's not worth the literal shit that comes out of my asshole. He's not worth it. And you're a doo-doo fucking negative doo-doo piece of shit diarrhea fucking diarrhea having a bitch. Let's go to the gym and we have Stevie. Let's make smoothie tea. Fucking bitch. Why am I in Cuba cursing Dee Dee and fucking Natter?
Because you're a moron. You're in Cuba. You're supposed to be getting away from Natter and Dee Dee and getting your head straight. But the majority of the time that you spent in Cuba, you spent either A, in your room, B, at the cafeteria eating, or C, raging. What the heck was that vacation? It wasn't a real vacation. It wasn't a reset time. It was just another location to do the same crap that you did at home.
They felt it so good because it is so much for somebody. They felt it necessary. It wasn't enough. I'm literally walking around the most beautiful fucking resort I've ever seen in my life, in my small life, and I'm bitching out Dee Dee and Natter. What?
Yeah, you're a moron.
What? They felt it necessary. No, it's. I'm not laughing for the reasons you think, Miss Panda Face. You don't even know. You don't know.
This is supposed to be a apology type video. You shouldn't be laughing at all, but you are.
They're gonna drive me crazy. You know that? They don't know it. It's too bad they don't know. I think I was already crazy at that point. Ready for it before.
Yeah, you are.
We don't want to hear it again. What's your problem? Why are you here? Go away. Who was I talking to?
Your viewers. Your viewers. That's who you were talking to. Your viewers. You don't like it, go away. Head cheerleader Chantal. You don't like it, go away. If you don't like it, don't watch. But now that your channel is tanking, those words aren't coming out of your mouth because you know that people are going to other places to watch you and they are leaving and they aren't sending the super chats. That finally got your attention. All these years, all this time, the last 2 years especially, your viewers coming to you and begging you, literally begging you by the hundreds. Chantal, give us some positive content. Chantal, do edited videos for us. We want to see something positive. Chantal, don't talk about Natter anymore. Don't mention him. Don't cry about him. We're done with it all. You didn't listen. And it seems like the only thing you're listening to now, the only thing that's got your attention is the fact that you're not making as much money. The only freaking thing you care about, money. Now that you're not making as much money, now you're being nicer to people. Isn't that sad? 90K channel. You're on YouTube. You got the chance of a lifetime to make whatever life you want. And you're literally pissing it down the drain. You are. You could do so much with your channel. You have complete freedom to do what you want, when you want, take sick days when you want. You don't have to punch in, punch out of a clock like other people. And you are the most ungrateful, spoiled, entitled human being on the planet that you do not feel a sense of gratitude for the chance that you've been given. A chance that other people would love to have and they would do so much positive with, and you're not. What do you do to those viewers that give you this lifestyle? You come at them with this snobby, bitchy attitude. If you don't like it, leave. Well, you know what? They are leaving. And your money's going down. And now you're panicking. You have only yourself to blame, Chantal. Your failures are not the fault of your viewers. They are not the fault of the reactors. We're just here to react to your content, whatever that may be, positive, negative, or neutral. You put it out there, we react to it. But you're putting us in a place where there's really nothing to react to. And so, madam, we are exiting stage right and doing other things. Because that's our right as creators, to entertain our audience. And when our audience says it's no longer entertaining, please pull the curtain. Unlike you, we're going to listen to those people. You want to know why? Because we care.
You know what? I was walking around very pussy broker for calling you bitch for making me angry. You can go to fucking hell. You moron. The only time you even care to talk to me is when you do something. No, you can't trust me to unblock me and talk to me again. You'll never be able to trust me as long as you're talking to a fucking bitch and as long as you're a fucking asshole. Sorry. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna fucking treat me like shit. Oh my god. You freaking motherfucker. You fuck. I'm done. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, famous last words from her. I'm so done. She's so done. That's why she recently went to go see Natter. She went to go see him the other day. Yeah, she's so done, y'all. She's so done. Okay.
Oh, I'm so happy to be going home tomorrow. You have no idea. Oh, see what happens? Like, I need to stay away from him and her. So fucking permanently. If I ever talk about them again, fucking hang me. They drain my fucking energy more than I've never ever contact me or talk to me. Oh my god. Ever again. Does it get worse? I will fucking put you in the house. Don't ever fucking even unblock me. Don't ever message me or ever even fucking talk to me ever again. I swear to God. You fucking losers have met fucking. Won't stop messing with my fucking brain. I fucking hate the both of you, and I hope you both rot. And
Something I'm noticing that I wasn't noticing before. Hold on. Let me just blow this all the way up. Come on, full screen. All right. Blew it up for a reason. Y'all take a look at her eyes. There's full light in her room. Look at her eyeballs. Look. Look at her pupils. Blown out. So she's doing this reaction thing, and she's high. She's so high. Couldn't even do it sober. Could not even do it sober.
the 7th layer of fucking hell, where you're going to be in this. You fucking scamming, perverted
And no, that's not just from edibles. Edibles don't make your eyes look like that.
losers. Dee should be fucking disgusted, fucking loser. She's disgusting. She fucks shoo shoo with her friend Steve. And then died. I'm like a fucking string bean diving into a top brain month. Can I eat her out? Yeah, go ahead. It's your fucking mom, you fucking moron.
What the fuck?
Can I eat her out? Do you need my permission? It's your fucking peril, your fucking funeral. Go for it, you fucking desperate losers. When I say traumatize me, I legit have PTSD and I fucking hate them because of that. That's why PTSD.
No.
See, this is another part that offends me. And I'm going to try real hard not to get upset. Chantal, she picks up addictions and disorders and conditions like pieces of clothing on the floor, and she picks it up and she uses it whenever she feels like it, whenever she wants to trigger her audience or she wants to connect in a trauma type way with her audience, and then she puts it back down when she feels like it. There are lots of people that really do suffer from PTSD. I don't think she has it. My opinion. I'm allowed to do that on this React video. I'm allowed to give my opinion. And her saying that, oh, her encounter with Dee Dee was so traumatic. She made a big freaking deal about it being traumatic. Well, I guess it wasn't that traumatic because you're going back over there and spending time with Dee Dee and Natter, aren't you? And you're apologizing to her, aren't you? So how traumatic was it? You painted this whole story around how you were kind of forced to do something of a sexual nature against your will. When everybody asked you, did he force you? You said no. You said no. First you said he pushed you into the room. Then you said he pushed your head between Dee Dee's legs. Then you changed it. You said, oh, the only thing I did not like about that encounter was watching Dee Dee and Natter together. So again, you trying to monetize SA, paint this picture that SA happened during that encounter, and it did not happen. Chantal, you should be ashamed of yourself. DV and SA are not things that you can just pick up at will and use to monetize and get attention. No, ma'am. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. There are horrible things that affect a lot of people in this world. They are not just simply topics that you pick up to get money out of people. You're vile for that. You're beyond vile.
I hate them so angry. I hate them for what they did. I fucking hate them. I hate you, Never, for fucking even
No, that's
mentioning
bad.
what's going on, Dee. I fucking hate you, Dee, for even being a human being and existing. I hate you both. And I hope you live a miserable existence. I get so fucking angry, I can't control it. And nobody has ever made me feel this way in my life, ever. Like, they always pop up no matter what. Hi, guys. No, she's taking her channel. People fucking hate her. Hi. She only reads comments that are nice about her. And, oh, well, Martina, get used to it. I don't give a fuck what complaint you friend that bitch.
Sorry, Martina.
Beauty. Stay mad, bitch. Go fucking still make your $12.99 an hour on your job. You fucking do it.
Who the fuck
And then
was
you come
that?
without her permission on the fucking. Okay, why would Dee? Okay, go look at the video of her on the treadmill. She looks like a lurch. She doesn't even
At least he was at the gym, bitch.
and he's like all fucking sitting for his
Fuck.
fucking. I don't get it.
I
How do
was
you give
so
all your
mean.
love and all everything to somebody and they fucking treat you like that and then leave you for someone who looks like a lurch? She's a great pussy.
Yeah, but I look like a
And fucking
professor.
treats you the way he's treating me. Like, I don't get it. I'll never get it. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. Oh, and think these people have sex. I can't. Thanks for wasting your $5, Dylan, for making me richer.
Who's
I will
Dylan?
use it to piss you off
There she goes, making fun of her VIPs again.
even more, asshole.
There she see, she just made fun of somebody sending her money.
Look up DD over. She's like fucking linebacker. She's like, look at my hands. She held her hands like his real overlapping for like
That's not right.
fucking you. So I hate him too. Though. I hate him both. Don't worry.
I am sorry for any
Okay.
comments towards her appearance. There's nothing wrong with her.
You know, she's so focused on saying I'm sorry to Dee Dee. And forgive my bad language, y'all, but where the fuck was her apology to all the people on her stream that she subjected to all this crap? Where is the heartfelt apology to everyone who watched this stream that was on edge and wondering what she was going to do? All those streams she did in Cuba where she was freaking out. She had a meltdown when she first got there, and then the streams in Cuba. Where's the apology to those people? So the things she said to Dee Dee, she's sorry for. But what about the other people that were in her chat? What about those people, the ones that are paying her freaking bills and paying her rent and buying her edibles and buying all that takeout and providing the money so she can have Natter over once in a while? What about those people? Don't they matter? Don't all of you matter over there that you are her viewers and you're watching her fucking videos? You're putting the Google AdSense money into her pocket? I guess you guys don't matter. Dee Dee's not the one paying her bills and her rent. All of you are the ones watching her stuff and giving her super chats and all that. Well, not anymore, but when you did, like how much money did you guys put in her pocket all those months? Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Thousands. She can't be bothered. She can't be bothered. No sorry for all of you people. No, just to Dee Dee. Chantal, Dee Dee's not the one paying for your stuff. Natter is not the one paying for your stuff. It's the people that are on your channel. They deserve it. I'm sorry too. A real one.
It's just wrong. It's just stupid and irrelevant how someone. I mean, look at me for like my fupa balls. Did I put that song on?
Go back to your fucking diabetic wife, you piece of fucking shit. Oh,
Your diabetic wife? No, I'm just.
Oh, well, like Cuba really gives a shit about your wife, Mr. Relish Man. Guess what, Mr. Relish Man? Nobody gives a fuck about your white piece of shit wife in the fucking Western world. Worried about if your husband was tiny ball that fucking relish. Nobody gives a shit. Actually, I'm not really. You know what? I gave a lot. I'm fucking generous.
What's wrong with my
You know what?
brain?
You people fucking deserve it. There's Latino people who work to slave their fucking ass to serve us fucking shoe leather beef because it's what's familiar. Or going on the way to get this fucking relish on her burger.
Okay, I can't. I want to punch myself. The way I move my head when I'm talking.
I don't use it. I don't use it. Yeah. I make a lot of money and I don't need it.
The foreshadowing is funny. I make a lot of money. You did make a lot of money. You did. Not no more. Oh, the foreshadowing in this. I make a lot of money. Oh, do you now? Do you now? Well, madam, well, I guess things have changed, haven't they? Funny how things turn around, though, don't they? What you mean is, I did make a lot of money, and then I didn't. I was going to have a successful channel on YouTube, and then I got high.
No, I don't. And I do need it.
I'm not going to bed overnight.
Oh my god.
Seriously, like you're traveling to another fucking third world country where there's no fucking relish.
Why?
Oh, no. Oh, well,
Why was I so mad about relish?
Shut up, Chantal. We can't hear.
I don't know.
Goodbye.
Honestly.
No, fuck you. This rage is so random, I know. I gotta keep. You know what? Fuck you. And fuck Sunwing. And fuck every fat phobic fucking airline out there. Yeah. Shut. I'm not, you know what? I'm not.
Oh no, I told off Sunwing.
I obviously don't have anything against people with disabilities. It's so stupid. Retarded is also figurative. It means you're fucking stupid.
And there she is defending the use of the R word. Chantal. Chantal. You can't justify using that. You can't use the argument of, when I was younger, we used the R word. Well, guess what, dear? You're almost 40 years old. You should know better now. You should not be using the R word, period. And you shouldn't be trying to justify it and make it seem okay, because it ain't.
It has nothing to do with people with disabilities. Actually, people with disabilities are not insulted by the word retard. Okay, retard.
I don't agree with that.
And don't even associate with people with disabilities. People with disabilities don't even fucking go.
I used to think that, like, deep down, obviously, but
I'm coming for you. Joyce, I don't know if you noticed, but your face checked out.
no.
So kind of go fuck.
I actually know.
An abomination of humanity. Actually, it fucking kills people. It causes people to have nutritional deficiencies. It's not natural. You need to fucking just eat natural for a fucking.
I'm personally.
All right.
Imagine Chantal doing a video and telling people to eat natural when she's over there stuffing her face full of fast food, even tonight. Hey, Chantal, how natural is that paneer that you've been eating the last 5 days? I don't think that's natural. I think that's kind of fast food. Hello, practice what you preach. You're telling people to eat natural, but you're over there stuffing your face full of paneer for like 5, 6 days in a row. What's up with that?
I was like on the fence about it. I'm more against it now, but I'm not blaming it. I mean, I was really, really hammered. Like, listen to me. Fuck. I'm like,
I've been around people that are really, really hammered. And not a single person that I was around that was really, really hammered, even the ones that were so hammered that they could barely walk, ever said anything as hateful as this. No, this was Chantal. This was not a bottle of Jim Beam. This was not Jack Daniels. This was not Wild Turkey. This was her. This was her all day.
You could say.
okay, in Carolina? Where are they? What do they say?
How can you help it?
What are they saying? I skip it. Why would I want to hear that?
I'm gonna post my pussy on OnlyFans right now. Right the fuck now.
Yeah, she did. That's another thing. Miss Chantal was saying she was blackout drunk that night. Huh. Yeah, I just forgot about that, Chantal. While you were in the midst of being blackout drunk, you took a picture for OnlyFans and you posted it. So how drunk were you? You weren't so drunk that you couldn't do that. That you could get on your phone, take a picture, upload it to OnlyFans. You did that. So you weren't that drunk, dear. Because it takes a little bit of not being drunk in order to do that.
The fuck now. I post. Yeah. I posted my vagina on OnlyFans. Go check it out, Sophia. Go check it out. Tell me if it's gray. Tell me if it's gray and smelling like fucking sweat, like you made me fucking leave her out with her fuck.
There we go again. You made me do it. You made me do it. And yet she did a live stream where people asked her, were you forced to do it? And she said, no, he did not force her. She kept going back and forth saying he pushed her in the room and then he pushed her head down. And then when they asked her, did he force you? She said, no. And then she said, and I quote, this is a direct quote from Foodie Beauty. She said, the only thing about that encounter that I did not like was seeing him and her together. That's what she said. She did not say the only thing about that encounter was I was forced or semi-forced or I was pressured. She said, I just didn't like watching the two of them get together intimately. So Chantal, don't say someone made you do something if you weren't made to do it. That is a slap in the face to anyone who's ever had to deal with SA. Do you hear me? Am I making myself clear? Don't do it. It is a slap in the face to those of us that have been through it and maybe still going through it. Don't do it anymore. It's horrible.
Fucking blindfold. She looks like fucking Stephen Harper with her fucking blindfold, and you made me eat her the fuck out. You fucking disgusting prick. I fucking hate you. I swear to God. I swear to God. You fucking made me eat out her.
It is so cringy.
She's fucking sweaty and disgusting. And you made me eat her the fuck out, and she's 47, and she looks like her fucking mother being fed salmonella, fucking manicotti.
And that's, hey, Chantal, while we're at it, leave Dee Dee's mother out of it. You brought her mother into it. She's nowhere near the situation. Why are you going after other people's family? Why? Unnecessary.
To you piece of shit, and you unblocked me because you moved away.
If you fed salmonella manicotti too, he did.
Visiting your fucking geriatric fucking mother who you saw.
Oh, there we go. Oh. Going after her mother. There we go. Look at her reaction. Oh, oops. She knows she just effed up. Look at her. Oops. Yeah, big oops. Going after Dee Dee's mom, calling her mom geriatric. See, this is Chantal. This is what she does. I don't know what she's got against people who are older. Chantal, listen to me. I'm 51 years old. I guess by your standards that I would be ancient because you're approaching 40. I'm 51. I'm a little bit older than you, and I'm a hell of a lot smarter. All of us older people, we're older for a reason. We've seen some life. We've done some things. And there's a lot of people who are older that are living a lot happier and healthier than you. And maybe that's what pisses you off about us older people, is that a lot of older people, we got our shit together, we have a happy life, and there you are with your 10 to 20 grand a month, and your life is unhappy. But you know what? That's your fault. Don't hate on the older people just because they're older. A lot of older people, they got a lot of wise things to say, a lot of knowledge they could pass on, a lot of love to give. Do you hear me? I'm 51 years old, and girlfriend, I can walk 4 to 5 miles a day without even working. Do you understand? And I got a happier life than you. I may not be making the money that you're making, Chantal, but my life is happier. I don't have to sit there and cater to a bunch of toxic feeders to pay my bills. Okay? So there you are picking on an elderly woman who's done you no harm. You know, she's not well, and you dare to put that woman's name in your mouth that way while you're drunk. And I'm sure if the shoe were on the other foot and somebody started talking about your grandma, you wouldn't appreciate it. Well, guess that what? That is somebody's mother. That's somebody's grandma. Think about that for a minute. You have a grandmother, she's no longer here, but you're going after somebody else's grandma, somebody's mom. Don't do that. Stop being so hateful to the older people. You should be so lucky to live the lives of some of the older people in the world that got their shit together.
I was fucking him in your bed, and you dumb cunt.
Wow, that's bad.
I fucking love you. Never about you. You know what, Mr. Rebecca? That's the sad thing about Dee Dee.
I'm so sorry to Dee for that. That's fucked up.
That is. That was. And it took you this long to apologize? Save your breath. Save it.
Little black eyes, and she doesn't give a fuck. She's like, yes, another please. Here, hit me. Yeah.
What? No, I honestly cannot believe that came out of my mouth. I swear.
Oh, a lot of hateful things came out of your mouth.
God.
I don't think we should she gets punched.
I swear
I
to
don't-
God, that's bad.
I'm so sick of her saying that. I swear to God, everybody, stop swearing to God. He ain't hearing you. When you lie like that, God will not hear you. You put cotton in his ears when you lie, when you start swearing on him. Your lies ain't got nothing to do with God.
I don't care if she gets fucking strangled. I don't care. I don't care about her at all. I don't
care if she gets strangled.
She's ugly as fuck, and I don't care.
Oh my
She
God.
left her in big time. No, I don't know what to do. He's been arrested. No, he hasn't. And you know what? The only thing that's gonna happen when he does get arrested, this is gonna happen. No one's gonna fucking believe you, dumb shit. They're gonna go live and go, oh, he's been arrested. I don't know what to do. Figure it out, bitch. Everyone acts like Foodie's innocent when she tried to scam people out of money.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Of course she does. So things are really starting to heat up suddenly. She's got to go to the bathroom. Of course she does. She's got to do a little bit of, to prepare for part 2. Got to powder her nose.
I find what bothers you the most is what you said about Dee Dee. Well, what do you think I said that was worse? Not like I'm genuinely curious. Because I'm like suspending my personal feelings in that situation.
Suspending? Girl, you were letting all your feelings out. You were letting everything out. What do you mean?
When it comes to her, because like no matter who you are, like making fun, like to that degree, like that was like being.
I don't like that.
You. Well, there's something inside you. So cute.
And in the middle of this apology, she decides to do a clothes haul. I mean, make it make sense. This whole thing is supposed to be about doing the react to the Cuba rage and apologizing. And in the middle of this, she does like a clothes haul. Is this appropriate? No. Chantal, in the words of Eric, nobody cares. Nobody cares about the clothes. Nobody cares. They're ugly anyway.
I love this.
We don't care about it.
Cheap shotting people's private parts, like it's so stupid.
I gotta be catty for a minute. That top is a fashion nightmare. Who bought that for you? Somebody should have bought. Did somebody buy that for you? Because that thing looks hideous. No, that's a no from me.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what's wrong with that. Like, you guys are mad that I'm like apologizing to somebody. I don't understand what the fuck you're mad about.
There she goes slurring. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. Slurring. What were you doing in the bathroom, Chantal? She was fine, and then she went to the bathroom, and she comes back. I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you mad about? I feel like cozying up and watching like reality bites or something. This is still my life, and I have a complete right to my privacy.
Oh my God, are we really going here again? I have a right to my privacy. You know what, Chantal? You're right. You do. Problem is, you don't use your right to privacy. You don't. You don't keep things off camera. You put everything on camera that you think can make you money. You put everything in front of us. There is no such thing as a private life with you. We know more things than we want to know. We know all about your STDs, about your illnesses, about your diabetes, about you binging. We know everything. We know things we don't want to know, and it's all your fault.
When I want it, no questions asked. And I'm sorry, that's like the one thing I'm gonna have to really create a boundary for with us. Is that when I need my privacy, I need my privacy. So if you want to come up with some cute code word for it, like
Oh, shut up.
he is stupid, Serena, in a cute way. Hey James, hi Israel. It's like, oh, it's hard for me to watch it all at once.
Yeah, because you said a lot of foul things. Can I just interject my thoughts on the whole thing? I don't think she wants to watch all of the Cuba rage streams because her channel is already tanking, and the more she plays at that rage stream, the more she's exposing to new beezers that have no idea what she's really like. And she's afraid if she plays too much of it for too long, those new beezers are going to leave and take their money with them. And she needs that money. That's why she hesitated to do an apology video right away, because she did not want to revisit something that would cut into her, her bottom line and her profit margin. With Chantal, it's all about the money. So she did what she did in Cuba, and she did not want to remind everybody what a horrible person she was, how toxic she is, by playing it again and scaring away new people that are bringing that new money. That's pretty much what it boils down to. It's not about, oh, I just need the proper time to apologize. No, Chantal, you are protecting your money. Well, guess what? There ain't no money to protect anymore.
Miss Holly, yeah, they're close. I know.
You know what? We're done here. I think an hour and 21 minutes it's enough. It's enough. We don't know to go any further. She's winding down. She's not going to react to the rest of it. So hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and please have a very pleasant evening. Bye-bye.